Hi everyone, welcome to Storytime with Miss Carla. Today we're going to be reading a chapter from my Frog and Toad book. It's called The Story. The Story. One day in summer, Frog was not feeling well. Toad said, "Frog, you are looking quite green." "But I always look green," said Frog. "I am a frog." "Today you look very green, even for a frog," said Toad. "Get into my bed and rest." Toad made Frog a cup of hot tea. Frog drank the tea, and then he said, "Tell me a story while I am resting." See, Toad made Frog the tea, and now he's resting in bed. "All right," said Toad. "Let me think of a story to tell you." Toad thought and thought, but he could not think of a story to tell Frog. "I will go out on my front porch and walk up and down," said Toad. "Perhaps that will help me think of a story." Toad walked up and down on the porch for a long time, but he could not think of a story to tell Frog. Toad's over here waiting and thinking of his story, and then this is him walking up and down his porch. Then Toad went into the house and stood on his head. "Why are you standing on your head?" asked Frog. "I hope if I stand on my head, it will help me think of a story," said Toad. Toad stood on his head for a long time, but he could not think of a story to tell Frog. Now Frog is wondering, why is Toad on his head? He's doing a handstand and trying to think of a story. Then Toad poured a glass of water over his head. "Why are you pouring water all over your head?" asked Frog. "I hope that if I pour water over my head, it will help me think of a story," said Toad. Toad poured many glasses of water over his head, but he could not think of a story to tell Frog. Now this is him pouring the water over his head to think of the story, but I think it's just going to make him all wet. Then Toad began to bang his head against the wall. "Why are you banging your head against the wall?" asked Frog. "I hope that if I bang my head against the wall hard enough, it will help me think of a story," said Toad. "I am feeling much better now, Toad," said Frog. "I do not think I need a story anymore." "Then you get out of the bed and let me get in," said Toad, "because now I am feeling terrible," Frog said. "Would you like me to tell you a story, Toad?" "Yes," said Toad, "if you know one." This is Toad banging on his head. Now he feels dizzy and tired. And then this is Frog is now getting out of the bed because now he feels better. And now Toad said, "Can you please tell me a story because now I don't feel better?" "Once upon a time," said Frog, "there were two good friends, a frog and a toad. The frog was not feeling well. He asked his friend the toad to tell him a story. The toad could not think of a story. He walked up and down on the porch, but he could not think of a story. He stood on his head, but he could not think of a story. He pours water all over his head, but he could not think of a story. He banged his head against the wall, but he could not think of a story. Then the toad did not feel well, and the frog was feeling better. So the toad went to bed, and the frog got up and told him a story. The end. "How was that, Toad?" said Frog. But Toad did not answer, for he had fallen asleep. Now Toad has fallen asleep during the story, so Toad can now feel better. The end. That was a good story, friends, right? What is something you do to think of a story? Or how do you help your friends to feel better? Let me know. Bye.